Laird makes this SO239 connector with a stainless steel stud, and this is used for the Ringos. But I've needed this piece of hardware for quite a long time, and I've never been able to find them. I asked Laird too. They said this was made or machined specifically for that antenna, so it's not something that they actually use on any of their other antennas, but it was designed specifically for the BR4 and for the CRS Ringos. They don't seem to have these anymore because I guess the antenna's been discontinued for quite some time, so I couldn't get them. And I looked online, and the closest I could come was this in a 3/8 stud. I think this is an 8mm, or it might be a standard. I don't know if it's metric or standard. I think it might be metric. I think it's 8mm, the shank. Well, I want to show you this. I'm sure you've seen these before, and I have a ton of these. See that? Let's see if I get out of the light. That's one of those adapters that was used in the 80s and 90s to adapt an SO239 or a PL259 onto the, I guess they call this a Motorola jack. This was the original jack used in car stereos, and to this day I think it's still used. But it was also used in scanners, mobile scanners, ones that went in the vehicle before they did the BNC changeover. So I had quite a few. Excuse me. I had quite a few of these laying around. I noticed that this is not magnetic, so I think this is made out of stainless steel. It's certainly not aluminum, but I want to show you the modification that I made here. In fact, I'll show you how I did it here. This might, make things a little bit easier. So the first thing I did, let's see if I can get this thing lined up to the point where I can actually see what the hell I'm doing. First thing, oh, perfect. Okay, yeah. Okay, so on this this adapter, I'm just gonna take these and I'm gonna bend them off, and they're gonna snap pretty evenly. Now I'm just going to neaten this up on the grinding wheel. Okay, the next thing I'm doing is I'm taking a wire nut, a small wire nut, and I'm going to cut the end off of it. I'm going to take a finish nail and my hammer, and I'm going to hit the what do you call it out of it? The threads. Take a drill. Forgive me here, I can't see what the hell I'm doing. I'm going to take a drill. Drill this out. That's our insulator, I guess. Onto this. Now I'm going to take a 632 die, and I'm going to thread this. Okay.
Let's see. So I really would like to go down a little bit further than this, maybe down to here, because this insulator, when it's all cleaned up, put on top. Then what I was doing is I put on a washer. I'm sorry, a nut as a lock nut. So I put the nut down to here. Oop. Put the nut down to about here. Put this washer on top. Put another split washer on and another nut on top of that, and now I got a locking location so that obviously the bottom nut holds it from going out any further. In the insulator it can be siliconed in, but the point is that this thing becomes a nice replacement for the Leard stud mount, and it looks like it's made out of brass now that I'm looking at it. So it's a pretty high quality thing. The thing is I don't have any reason to use these types of adapters, you know, the plug-in Motorola type adapter where, you know, for the scanners anymore. These are not used anymore. This is the perfect, unless I find something else, this is the perfect conversion modification to make to these connectors, because these types of adapters are useless. But when they're configured and modified into this is a hell of a lot more useful. So anyway, I just want to share that with you. I think maybe you might be able to use it. Okay.